much everything that's everything intact with the program, except because since we have 20-something Cat 5s, this is what we're going to do with you guys, okay? We're going to do. All right, so what we're going to do is you're going to do 2 heats for the 5s in the mascot races. So the 8-lap scratch. So what we're going to do is we're going to split you by 2 groups based by number, and I'll call that out on before you guys start. So just be but obviously for the timed events, the kilo and the team sprint will run you as one group. So you know, especially for the pairings, because the team sprint you need 3 people. Okay. We're going to run 1 set of standings, okay, and if there are any tiebreakers in the top 3, okay, once the team splits are over and we get the final standings together, if there are any ties in the top 3, we're going to break them via match sprint. So, but other just top 3. If it's like tied for 4th, then you're tied for 4th. You know, the medals are 3 deep, so we need to break that up. But other than that, pretty much everything is advertised. Again, just a couple of reminders, especially for those of you that are racing here for the first time. I haven't done here in a while. The track is a little bumpy, especially in turn 4. Okay, if you're in the power lane coming around 4, good chance you'll be bumped out of the pole lane. Just put yourself back in. Okay, you know it's we're a little leisurely on the sprinters line rule here at Kissena because of that bumpy turn, but we don't want you don't take advantage. You can continue to go out on there. Make the effort to at least get back into the pole lane. We try to get keep things moving, especially since we're gonna have a long day today. So again, the order of starts for the first couple of heats: the 1, 2, 3s, men 1, 2, 3 women, then the women 4, men 4, 50+ masters, men 5, and the juniors. Okay, that's for the first 2 heats. Then for the 500s, we'll do the women first, then the 50+, and the 9 to 14 juniors. They're doing 500s, so those are 1-ups. The kilos for the 1, 2, 3 men, for the 4 men, and for the 5 men are 2-ups. So we'll have one guy starting up over here, another one starting over here on the backstretch. Okay. Keep in mind that 1,000 meters on this track is 2 1/2 laps, which means that if you start here, you're finishing there, your laps and bell are there. If you're starting on the backstretch, your laps are here and your bell is here and your finish is here. Okay, so wherever you're starting from, the only significance there is that you're starting there. If you're starting at the home stretch, you're finishing on the backstretch. If you're starting the backstretch, you're finishing on the home stretch. So you remember that. Okay. And then we keep that same order for the for flights 4 and 5, which the flight 4 is more mass start races and flight 5 is the team sprints. So what we'll do is that after the first set of mass start races, we'll take a short break because we got to get the sponges out for the 500 kilos. Then after that, we'll take a short break to get those sponges out of there, have our mass start races, and then we got to put them back on for the team sprints. Now, before the team sprints start, I'm going to be calling everybody by groups, and we're going to be cataloging teams. Okay, so make sure by the time flight 4 is done, you have your teams ready to go. Okay, because the more time we need to do that later on, we're going to be into this program here, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to be pretty tired. There is water available in the orange jug over there for anybody who needs it. We do have 5 gallons with us. Hopefully, it's not too bad today. The weather's perfect today, so I think we'll be in pretty good shape here. But again, it doesn't mean you're not going to get dehydrated. So make sure you're in fit shape to do that. Okay. Gary, do you want to add anything? Or? Okay, so I'm going to turn the mic over to Gary Chow, the chief referee. I'll have a couple things for you here.
Just a reminder, this was a new rule last year. Electronic devices, you cannot have where you can see them and get feedback from them while you're racing on the track. So if you've got a power tap or something like that on your handlebars, you can turn it, you can keep it on the bike so you can record all the data and play with it later. But you got to either turn it upside down under the bars where you can't see it, or one guy already showed me he put tape over his. That's fine. Any way that you can't see it while you're racing and get feedback from it. That's especially important in the time trials, more so than in the mass start. You got time to look at your toys while you're racing mass start. Also, please minimize the traffic in and out while there's races going on, you know, respect your fellow competitors that are racing on the track. Don't cut across in front of them just because you got to get to the parking lot. And can we also, at the end of this meeting, have all the juniors here with your bikes, and we'll check your gears. Yeah, we'd appreciate it. I mean, there's not a warm-up circle here. We'd appreciate it if you weren't doing donuts on the apron right out to the blue band. That kind of freaks people out when they're sprinting out at the last turn and they see somebody that looks like they're going to ride across the track in front of them. So please, while there's racing going on, stay at least, like Joe said, at least 10, 12 feet back from the blue band on the apron. Thanks.
Okay, we'll take Gary, then let's get ready to rock and roll. 1, 2, 3's to the round, please. And